don't know if y'all can hear it. Y'all ever heard the Gospel of John Legend? Once again, it's my favorite, man. When I was I was in Sierra Vista, and Amy would big time screwing around. I mean, she was texting the guys right in front of me, laughing, coming home 4 in the morning. I told you about it the one time she went out screwing a guy, and Kate had the 103 temperature, and I couldn't get her down. I couldn't call her. Until finally I left a message on her phone and said, I'm going to ask the neighbor to take us to the hospital. Then she shows up with her hair all messed up, wearing clothes she wouldn't be wearing to work, talking about how she was working and shit, and apologizing to the neighbors about how panicky my husband was. I love that woman, but I hate that bitch. She's an asshole. So I started going down. What happened is it kept going. We moved here. We came back. She had to get through her shit. She went through all her shit. Then she was still rolling illegit because there's plenty of guys sleep with in Sierra Vista, and they're really good looking because they're officers in the Army. And they fuck everybody. Like that girl at the PM and the lot of the Candlewood Suites where Amy works. She goes, you think these motherfuckers would wear a condom? They fuck everything that moves. I know. My wife is moving. But I was sitting there, you know, this is the truth. You can't lie on people. You gotta tell the truth like it is. You know? And finally, after the car went down, after she did all that thing before she got pregnant and shit, I started rolling down to the library. It wasn't that bad of a walk, and I walked down there. I'd walk down, and every once in a while we were still driving. I could drive down there, so I forgot about that. And I get online, and I was finally able to, after about, he was 17. I got a hold of Patrick on his email, and he was emailing me at the Tasteman's place, and we actually got to talk again. First time since he was 9 or 10. It was good. We got to sit and just square things away. So, man, I've been trying to get a hold of you all this time, son, and they wouldn't let me. And I've been calling the Gileads for years, and they never answer my calls. No one. So I finally got a hold of you again. I missed you so much. Oh, I missed you too, Pops. We were talking. And it felt good. So I'd walk down there at least twice a week. Get down there. That's the song that reminds me of Ms. Again. Reminds me of my son. Oh, it's weird. It's a love song between a man and a woman, but it just felt like that. But I wasn't expecting that. Stupid song. Stupid album. I like that album, though. I went down, and when you come into the library, around the thing, they have the media section. They have movies, and then they have a big thing, a bunch of CDs. And I started going through because I was like, bringing some stuff home. You can get David Bowie, the Stones. I wrote down, I'd download them to my computer. So I'd have them there so I could listen to them. That's when I started making CDs and downloads before I got an MP3. But I had compilation CDs. Gave them all to my siblings for Christmas, and they put them all in a drawer. I spent hours doing it because I wanted to share some of the music, maybe in case they didn't have any of the music that reminded them growing up. I can remember them. I put down Rose Royce and GQ and Johnny Rodriguez and Anne Murray and all the places. Rose Royce and GQ for Val, because she was the one who brought those records home for me, so I thought I'd put them back on for her. Ooh Boy, Wishing on a Star, Make My Dreams a Reality. I Do Love You. She wasn't really into Sitting in the Park, but I was really into that song. It got me into Billy Stewart, too. I like Billy Stewart, too. But I don't know if Al ever listened to Billy Stewart, but But so I listened, and then I got Mary J. Blige. I listened to her. I like her a lot. And I saw this, I remember I saw this John Legend kid on Vegas singing Save Room. Man, that song was good. I wonder if the rest of his album is as tight as that song was. Brought it home, and I was like, this is my joint, man. This is shit. This is an album. Very last song on the album, he's talking about a brother trying to come back home from war. That he wants to stop the wars and have his brothers come back home. So I really do think that when he was wearing that scarf, when Amy said, oh, it's just fashion, I think he means it. I think he supports the Palestinians and doesn't want war. And supports their ability to be recognized as a group of humans that have civil rights and are God's people too. Just like me. So I was listening to it. I call it, and my parable I talked about, I love the guy, and Juan told him, I love the Gospel of John. So he's Juan. John Denver, John Legend. Rhymes, Reasons, Poems, Prayers, and Promises. I like Get Lifted, but I like Once Again better. That's my favorite gospel hit. So some of our experience, and he's telling us stories, and you listen to stories of that, and I could relate to these stories. Once again, I mean, it reminded me of my son just missing him because I'm doing it again, I'm missing him. But it reminded me of me and Amy, too. It's miserable what we do. And another again, and that's me and Amy. And I'm like, fuck, that's me and my wife. Another again. Doing it again. And I wanted slow dance. And I wanted, where'd my baby go? It has to be Amy. I'm stuck with her. These are my kids, and I got to work through this. I got to get through it somehow. And each day gets better. And I always thought of someone else. So there got to be someone out there that thinks like I do. There ain't Ralph. Get over it. Just shut up. Plug away. Be an American man. Get back to work. Do like everybody else has to do. You ain't no different than anybody else. You ain't no more special. You ain't no more worse, but you ain't no more special. I'll focus. I'll exercise. I'll get my shit together. I'll shut up. I'll be more frivolous and superficial. Superficiality and frivolous is good if you want to stay alive in the world each day and always make the worst of it, worst of it, and the worst of it. Ain't gonna do no good if we all don't get together and stuff pretty soon. The conditions are gonna be even more hideous. And what does it matter how well you dressed and what good of shape you're in, stuff like that, if they still killing those kids everywhere across the world and everybody's praying? You can't hear it. You don't feel it. You're not connected enough to know what's happening. You can't feel it. You can't. You're doing it again. Swear it would end, but here we go again. I want somebody to say that you'll stay just a little. Don't say goodbye tonight. I want where did my baby go? I want each day gets better. Where do we go? Who knows? I love the gospel of John Legend, man. Too. I know what you, John. John Christ. Get your legend going. Man. I want a photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. I want to have a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. My own digger boat. You like Paul Simon, too? I like Paul Simon. Don't you like Paul Simon? This shit is good. That brother can write some good songs. Yeah, you can. Maxine, do you like that song? I thought that song was a shit. This girl in the light shade of blue. Song is a shit. Smooth too. I love me some. I forgot about this song. It's tight, man. It's just smooth. She may not be you, but she looks like you. It's like you are everything. Hey, I saw somebody. She looked just like you. It's a good album. I like this album. I like me some John Legend. How about y'all? Man, y'all, man, I'll be trying. I'm going to be trying again tomorrow. I will focus. Focus. What? Focus on what you got to do. Okay. Get a job. Get paid. Survive another day. Exercise another day. Miss your kids another day. Listen to those kids crying every day. Hear the prayers going answered every day. Try to survive in this world another day. I do it. I'm tough. I used to do it when I was a kid, man. I remember every time with the basketball team, stuff wouldn't work out, and they would cut me right before the first game and do all the shit they would do. Then I would go off and retreat in my room. I would just get away from it all for a while. I'd go paint football players or go in my room, disappear for about 2 or 3 months, come back out, and I'd see the light of day. I'd look at this. I'd go out. I'd feed the cat. My friends are getting back out. I'd go back out to the basketball court and be the king of the basketball court, the king of the asphalt and the concrete. But never ever to translate like Wayne Kendall said. It's different playing basketball in the gym than it is out on the court. Because you don't have the coach telling you can't do that. What? Fuck this shit. Here I go. Like Danny used to say. Coaches won't let me do the shit. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Danny. Fuck. But it wasn't for show. It was like, I learned from Walter Payton and Gale Sayers and Dr. J and Bob Cousy. And yeah, no, you're creative. And I like to create for my teammates. I like to win. And I just like to go. I love being creative. It's fun. I hate him telling me I can't do shit. I'm like, no, you can't do this. I can do this. Get out the way, bitch. There I go. Okay, what was that? How'd you do that? I've always been able to do this one. I thought of it. It was just a way. Instead of going between the legs, I take it. I move my hand around this way. I maneuver it back. I like going to my right. Because I'm quicker to my right. I'm better with my right hand. I want to make him think I'm going left. I'm going to take him left. And then if he stops me going right and I obliterate him with my right hand, I'll go left, but I'll lay it up on my right anyway. Why? Because I'm going to have him so afraid that I'm going to go to my right. He's going to be over concerned about it. I'm going to fuck him up. That's my whole job. If he's quick enough to make life miserable for me, then I'm going to try to get quicker to make life miserable for him, and I'm still going to try to do what I want to do. I'm going to dictate to him what I want to do. Why? This is basketball. And I'm not going to tell him. They would always think, well, he's going to do this to stop you. Well, make him stop me before you stop me. Otherwise, let me do what I do. I want to fuck this shit up. I want to win. I want to win tomorrow. I like playing basketball. Just let me do what I do out there. Don't give me limitations. Give me possibilities. Give me options. Help me out. If I'm fucking up, tell me. If I'm not, say, cool. I can't do that. Cool. Just watch. A lot of people can't do what Michael Jordan could do. Clyde Drexler, Bob Cousy, Isaiah Thomas. But let me do it. It's fun. You're pissing me off. You're taking all the fun out of basketball, all the creativity out of it. It's art. It's happening as we go. Help me paint it. Don't tell me where to paint. It's not color by numbers. I'm just painting here. It's fun. Dang, I hated it. So that would happen then too. And then when me and Bob lost our job at Yellowfront, we got in trouble for it. I told him, man, I said, I can't lie on those lie detector tests. They took us in there because a single mom was stealing from the register. And then they asked me a question and said I was lying on my name and who I was. It's like, this thing's full of shit. I was like nervous. And they kept asking me, what else? What have you done? I said, I ain't taking no money. You've done something wrong and illegal. What have you done to follow policy? Ask me all the policy. Okay. We don't always write up employee purchases during our breaks to save time so we can... Who did it? And, it wasn't just you. Well, it was me. You can't do it by yourself. Okay, Bob Cummins, my best friend. I just got me and Bob fired. Why? Well, because the other people all have rent and homes, and even Miss Wilkie did it, and she's been with the company for 25 years, and she'll get fired too. And so no. Me and Bob got to take a sword and take one for the team here. And Pop, I felt so bad. I stayed in my room. That's when they started calling me the human TV guy. I didn't even come out to play basketball. And Bob kindly, and then me and him talked about it, and I explained it to him. Man, I said, I'm sorry. He always looked at me. Bob Cummins did it. Bob Cummins did it. I'm like, Bob. They were badgering me. They were going after this girl job. They were going after her. They were on a fucking witch hunt. I couldn't lie. I was telling them the truth. I was just going to, okay, since I did that, all right, I did it wrong. I admit I did it wrong. You're going to fire me. You can't do it by yourself if you have to employ. So I had to take you with me because Miss Wilkie couldn't lose her job. Yeah, but they all treat us like shit. We're a couple of thieves every time we go in there, and they look down their noses at us now. And you saved their jobs. But you could have just lied. I couldn't lie. I didn't know who was taking money. I didn't do this. Yes, we did do that wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. We shouldn't have to lose our jobs over it because these people are a bunch of sick, witch-hunting, sorry-ass fucks who don't pay people enough money to pay their bills. And make plenty of money off of them and then play fucking assholes with lie detectors that tie you up to a thing and put you in a chair and have little probe things all over your body making sure that you're telling the fucking truth. Wow, this is just... they love me. I love them too. Fuck. I don't want to go back to work for anybody. They're all a bunch of fucking buying, selling, lying, tyrannical dicks. I'm not becoming a human TV guide. I just don't want to hang out with humans right now because they piss me off. I'm a complex kid, man. And then if some Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormon missionaries were lucky enough to come to my house to talk to me about Jesus and the whole nature of everything like that. Infinite math, man. Well, did you ever think about this? And one kid will be sitting there going, this is amazing. The other one, this is the devil. And they go back and tell the pastor, don't go to that house. The devil lives there. Why? Because he makes you think and he doesn't believe everything he's told like we tell you. And he'll make you think for yourself rather than be taught what to think. Don't go back to that house. Evil kid at that house. I wonder if they did the same thing about Jesus and Muhammad. He is dangerous. What are we going to do if King Jesus becomes a... He is dangerous. Hey, you ever see Ben-Hur? You know, it's this guy Jesus running around telling everybody that God is contained in every man. How do you fight an idea like that? With another idea. And just tell them that God is only contained in Caesar and people like Caesar, and not all of us. They're even having arguments now among intellectuals on who's considered more of a human being than the next. God, they're sick. They're still doing this shit? It's the 21st century. I thought we got past the women having the smaller heads and having hysteria and not being as high of a evolutionary scale as the man, and the blacks being 3/5 of a man, and humans not. I thought we passed all this shit up. I thought we stopped doing all this shit a long time ago. It's like when I went to North Carolina in the late 80s, early 90s, and they were still doing that segregation shit, and Jesse Helms running on TV saying everything but the N-word when he's running against Harvey Gantt. We still doing this shit? I got there, I was like, we still just do this shit here. Look at Susana Martinez with the whole Mexicans and everything. We still doing this shit? She migrated her family migrated up from Mexico. Yeah. My family migrated too. From Ireland and Germany. After they migrated from Spain to, because I was explaining dark Jew. My grandmother's a Morano. A Morano, sorry, I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, well, the other one, he migrated too, because he was in the Smoky, he was up in the mountains and, like around Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah, that's where my grandpa's people were from and stuff. That's where a lot of the Cherokee live. God, it's gorgeous. Wouldn't you hate getting run off from there too? Wouldn't it be a trail too? You ever been to Asheville, North Carolina? You ever been up in the mountains in Tennessee and North Carolina? They're gorgeous, man. Boone, where Appalachian State's from and all that. Yeah. If you got walked out to Louisiana and Oklahoma and all that, wouldn't you be a little sad? Not knocking Louisiana and Oklahoma, but you ever been to the mountains of Carolina and Tennessee? In my Tennessee mountain home, it's gorgeous, man. No, it's beautiful. It's like heaven on earth. And you got these creeks and these canyons. And you ever watch Last Mohicans? Yeah, that's the mountains of North Carolina. That's where it's filmed. Isn't that gorgeous? You imagine getting run out of that? Well, Oklahoma's not bad. You seen Oklahoma? That's where they got sent. But I'm sure they got sent to the most shitholy places you can have. Obviously. Well, you ever been to Fort Sumner? You ever been to Turkey Creek down south of just south of the White Mountain Pasture Indian Reservation up near? You ever been to the southern parts of that and everything? Shithole. Yeah, place like Fort Stockton. I'm just kidding. It shouldn't be like that. I love Fort Stockton. I love you guys. After I watched No Country for Old Men, it's one man's shithole is another man's paradise. If that's your home, that's your shithole. It's my asshole. She's my bitch. Amy's my bitch. She might have been your whore, and she was my whore, but she was also my heaven, my queen, and my love, and the mother of my children. She was the one that showed me heaven whenever she felt that she could dispense it to me and wasn't pitiful enough to please stay home with me and the kids and just make love to your husband and be happy with what we got, and we'll try to work it out together and stop fucking me over every chance you fucking can. Please. I'm not Pollyanna and I'm not crazy. I'm probably one of the most intelligent men you ever met. No, consensus says your family and my mom and dad and in-laws and the legal system here in Arizona and the legal system in New Mexico, you're crazy. We're saying you are a trip away from being sedated and locked up and always locked up, and you can't get a job and you can't keep a job. And you're crazy because you want to bring peace and you think you're related to Jesus and you think that he's a human being just like us with a beautiful message to help bring peace and intelligence and love. And we think he's something extraordinary, a myth that doesn't exist and will come back after we destroy everything. Amy doesn't think that, but her parents don't think it either. They just buy and sell it. My family believes it with all their heart and soul. Yeah. No, I'm serious. I try to explain that to John. They really believe it. Will you quit saying that? No, they really believe that we're going to blow up the Middle East and it's going to glow and Uncle Jesus is going to come from the sky and magically fix it for them and reward all of them and punish me, especially me, because I'm the biggest blasphemer of all, because I claim to be the Messiah. So I'm the Antichrist, and they're Christ. Well, no, that Christ is Jesus and no one else is Christ but Jesus, and Jesus is the magical man that's going to come and kill me, the Antichrist, after we blow up the Middle East, and it's happening soon. So you're the worst villain of all because you claim to be Christ. You claim to be just like him. You mean the guy that was willing to stand in front of the crazy people and sacrifice all and stand alone to stand for equal value and faith in God no matter what, and that all people are loved equally by God? Yeah, I'm nothing like him. They're like him. Okay. Again. So here we have another again. Always on my mind. Let her go. She's not the best, but she's all that I know. Since we may try, we eye to eye. Meantime, we kiss and say goodbye. Middle of December, and I take you out to dinner again. Again, and we do it again. I love this song. Alright, guys. We're just doing it again. Just another again. I love you. But I am, and I'm going to say it. I'm Ralph Christ. How about you? Want to be crazy Christ with me? Let's do it again. I'm out of here going. I'm going to go to the library, alright? I love you. Good luck. Keep praying. It's good for you. It helps you feel better. No, really, it does. It's positive. I positively love every one of you. Alright? Am I hanging there? You hanging in there too? Let's get it started. Okay. Love you. Oh, come on already. We can live the Lord's Prayer. We can practically and tangibly apply it. Jesus believes it, so do I. It's the math equations on our part. Same with the yeah. Oh, I'm serious. It's attainable. You just have to really try to learn it and love it. Now there's simple math proofs that just really easily, but put them on the wall in your house. My dad's got the 10 Commandments on the kitchen and the hallway. And you can have the Lord's Prayer. That Len lady had the Lord's Prayer on her front door. Here in cruises that I went to, a couple people had it on their front door and on their walkways. Put it out there and make sure you read it. Smell the roses. Look at your wife. Have you grabbed your wife and told her that she's pretty? Have you played with your kids? Have you fed the fire? Have you walked the dog? You smell the... See, that stinks. Like your shit smells like roses. No, you're right. Alright, guys. I love you. I'll go do things in our name. God named us. We're all anointed, right? I love you. Blessings and peace.